Charlie Chaplin.
I beg your pardon?
He was married when he was over 50 to his wife, Una, and she was 18. But he had children that were older than she was, and of course everybody was shocked. Do you know how long they stayed married?
A very long time, I'll bet.
35 years. Until he died at 88. They had 7 children, Seneca.
Did you research all this before you dropped by?
No. I did a book report on him for my cinema arts class last year. Naturally, I remembered the details.
A book report?
They were very happy, Seneca.
You know, I can't believe it's been just a year since you dropped out of high school.
Oh, I see. I have to have a diploma before I can marry you. Okay. I'll take one of those correspondence courses they offer on the inside of the matchbook. Got any matches?
Come on, Kim, cut it out.
I can give you children. You want kids. And I know I'd be a good mother. At least I know what a bad one's like. Marry me. You want to, don't you?
It's very tempting.
Good.
No, not good. Impossible. Excuse me.
Why? It's not impossible for us to be together at all. It's not impossible for us to stay together. Just think about it.
I have. Who is it?
It's Jillian.
Jillian?
Am I intruding?
No.
I guess I should have called, but I thought I'd lose my nerve. You sure you're not busy?
Well, actually, I was just going to sleep.
I realize that you are as uncomfortable with me as I am with you, so I'll be brief.
You know, I'd rather...
I know you would rather not have a scene. I feel the same way. 5 minutes. It's been a long time, so I thought maybe we should settle the issue of our divorce.
Some lady out here insisting to see him.
Tell her we're sorry, but it's much too late.
What lady?
It's me, Delia.
I'm sorry, but he's barely out of recovery.
Never mind that. Show her in.
Tiso, how are you?
Well, they tell me I'm better.
Does it hurt?
Well, my arm, I don't feel much. My head hurts.
Strain will make that worse, Mr. Novotny. You're not supposed to have visitors.
Delia's not a visitor. She's medicine.
You're sweet, but maybe I shouldn't.
I suggest you take your break now.
Yes, Mr. Novotny. Only a few minutes.
Nurses make me nervous. No more after tonight.
Tiso, are you sure that's safe? Shouldn't somebody be keeping an eye on you? I mean, medically speaking?
There's a policeman outside the door. My people are nearby. I'm a tough old bird, my dear. I'm a survivor.
That's pretty clear. In fact, that's sort of what I came here to talk to you about. I mean, other than to find out how you are, which of course I do anyway.
I don't understand.
Well, it's sort of like survival of the fittest. I mean, they keep trying and you keep being lucky, comparatively anyway. But this could go on indefinitely. Tiso, I really hated that happening at the Crystal Palace. I mean, we haven't even opened yet, and I'm replacing paneling.
It could have been worse.
Well, that's the point. I can order a new panel, but I can't order a new me. I could have been blown to bits at the harbor side. I could have been shot in my own restaurant. And what about starting off with a bad reputation right in the beginning? What about your investment?
How can I help you, Delia?
Well, I need some kind of assurance from you.
That I won't get shot? Well, obviously, I can't guarantee that. But I have taken care of the emergency financial thing, and what else can I do?
Well, you're supposed to be silent partner, right?
That's our agreement.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't think that you should come around anymore. I mean, be a real silent partner, silent and invisible. What's so funny?
That's a nice thing about you, Delia. You keep me safe from self-pity. You make me understand that there are other problems in the world besides my own. Don't worry, though. I won't be going away from here very soon. That's obvious.
What about after?
I don't know. Maybe the bullets won't kill me. Maybe I'll die from laughter.
Teasel, cut it out. I don't want you to do that.
It's quite all right. You've given me a lift.
I wish I could say the same.
All right, Delia. Be assured of this. I won't do anything to endanger our mutual interests. I won't frequent the Crystal Palace. I'll do everything in my power to stay alive. How's that?
Thank you. Oh, I hope I didn't hurt your stitches or anything.
No. As a matter of fact, I feel better. You've taken my mind off my worries.
You were worried too? How come? Or shouldn't I ask?
About Joey and Siobhan. They have troubles, you know. Siobhan needs reassurance. But I think some of her demands are unreasonable.
Like what?
Well, she wants to be sure that Joey's not involved in some of my business operations, which of course he isn't, except the ones she's worrying about.
What are those?
Now, I must ask you to be the silent partner. No more questions about anything except the Crystal Palace.
Sure. So, Joe won't tell her stuff, and that makes her mad.
He has nothing to tell. But Siobhan is scared. She's so scared that she may not go back to him after this is all over.
But they love each other.
I know. And they're going to have a baby. And that's a commitment.
Maybe I could talk to her. I mean, I'm very pro-marriage. I've done it 3 times. And I know how Maeve is about marriage and children. Siobhan might listen to me.
It wouldn't hurt. You go ahead if you like.
You know a Michael Pavel? He's here for you.
Oh, Michael, of course. Come in. Well.
From everybody at the Harborside.
And you couldn't get a florist to deliver it.
Well, I said I was coming over after work, so.
Oh, I appreciate that, Michael. I'm very touched.
It's really huge. It's like for somebody's funeral. Or church or something.
You know Mrs. Coleridge, Michael?
We met at the explosion.
Yeah, nice to see you again. Well, everything's fine back at the restaurant, and everybody misses you, and hope you get well real quick.
Oh, thank you. Tell him not to worry. Tell him I'm awfully hard to kill.
Yeah, I will. Well, the guard outside wasn't so happy I came in. I better be going.
Oh, okay, son. Thank you. Give my regards to your mother.
Sure. So long.
Bye. Maybe I better get going, too. Listen, you be well and try not to worry.
I won't worry if you won't.
You're flushed, Mr. Novotny. You really shouldn't be having visitors.
Nonsense. They were both good for me.
There's no point in waiting any longer. Frank and I are together. We plan on staying together. It's working for us, despite your predictions.
Well, for as long as that lasts, I'm happy for you, Jillian.
Well, what about you? Are you happy?
There's a lot that's good in my life, yes.
Well, clearly you don't have any romantic interest towards me.
No, I got over that some time ago.
Then what are you holding on to?
Look, I'm really not prepared to go into this tonight.
Why? It's not complicated.
Let's discuss it tomorrow in the office, all right?
No, I am here now. I want an answer now. Nothing is going to change tomorrow. Frank and I are together. We live together. We work together. We have survived the worst kind of publicity. We've survived our own egos knocking against each other at the office.
So far.
We are happy together. The only thing that's missing is marriage. Legal marriage in the church. That's important to our families. We want little John with us. Maybe in time, another baby.
Jillian, I'm very tired.
I am tired, too. I'm tired of begging you, Seneca. I mean, what's in this for you? I mean, don't you want your freedom, too? I know you. I know you like women. And you're a damned attractive man. You know, if I thought that there was somebody else involved, my guess would be that you don't want to divorce me because you don't want to get hooked again. But then I think, oh, no, that's not his style.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you still have some
I
positive
know the
feelings.
kind of man that you are. I know how you feel about a family and home. I know you always said a career wasn't enough. I couldn't agree with you more.
Look, I really don't want to go into this
I
now.
know that you want children, too. I can't believe in all this time you haven't found somebody that appeals to you.
Jillian, my romantic life is not relevant, and even if it were, I wouldn't want to go into it now.
If not now, when?
Tomorrow. Come in around 10 o'clock.
No, you'll just squeeze me in between patients and interns and all of that. I want an answer now. I'll come tomorrow, you'll say next week. You're just delaying tactics.
No. You come tomorrow, I will make time, we'll talk.
We have already talked. We have said all there is to say. Months have passed by and you still haven't given me an answer.
And I still have the same reservations I always had about Frank Ryan.
And who are you to make that choice?
I still care about you.
Don't care. Don't care about me. I am not a child. I don't need for you to tell me what's good for me. I never did. That's where it all went wrong. That's what I couldn't stand.
This is exactly the kind of scene that I hope to avoid.
You can avoid this and all other scenes. Just say yes to the divorce.
Not now. I'll call you tomorrow.
Why are you stalling? Why? I'm going to win eventually. Frank and I are together. It's working. We prove that every day. That's what you can't stand. That's why you're being cruel, because you know that you're wrong and you can't admit it.
I'd appreciate it if you'd leave now, Jillian.
Certainly. One more thing, Seneca. You are just as cruel and vindictive as you ever were. Good night. No, don't. I'll open my own door. Thank you. You aren't any of those things. I love you.
I'm sorry you were exposed to that.
I'm not. Helps me understand a little bit better. That side of her certainly is a surprise.
I always seem to bring it out.
You know, I never disliked her before, but the way she was talking to you, like a queen, like my mother, I don't blame you for not giving in. It's almost too bad you're gonna have to, eventually.
No. She'll never make me do that.
No, but I will. I'm gonna make you marry me. And to do that, you're gonna have to let her go.
What'd she tell you to do, spy on me or what? Look, you don't tell her about this. I don't tell her about what happened at the end of the stew, okay? Deal?
I saw that.
So what?
This cigarette. And I'm going to tell Maeve. For your own good, of
For your
course.
own good, you better do not. Nothing of the kind. Where you been anyway, sneaking in here like that?
I was visiting.
Visiting who?
I went to see my friend, Prince Albert.
What, the gorilla at 10 o'clock at night?
Well, I know that's dumb, but that's what I did. And, of course, I couldn't get in, so I had to come right back here. I wasn't thinking because I was worried about him.
About who? Your gorilla friend?
Yeah, Albert.
Oh,
We have this really nice, happy friendship, you know. He really trusts me. Except I'm afraid it's all over because this afternoon he got out of his cage by mistake. And I sort of had to trick him to get him to go back in. And he was really furious at me.
Oh, he was he?
Yeah. He hollered and he roared and he threw himself up against the bars of the cage. I'm really scared to go back because he'll remember. Owen told me once that a gorilla can hold a grudge indefinitely.
Look, Dee, you really don't have to tell me where you go and what you do. You know that? I mean, that happens to be one of the craziest stories I ever heard in my life.
It happened, Johnny. Just before dinner, really. Could I make up something like that? Well, I didn't. You could call Sam Garrison at the zoo. He'll tell you. He's the temporary keeper till Owen's real replacement comes. Awful man, and he hates me, and it wasn't my fault. I'm really scared.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, I don't know why I should be surprised. Anybody could make a friend of Tizo Novotny could certainly make a friend of an ape. Only a gorilla in a cage is a damn sight safer to be with.
Listen, I've had a really terrible day, and if you're not going to be supportive, I just think I'll go upstairs.
Look, Dee, all I'm doing is suggesting that your gorilla friend and your gangster friend, who, God help me, happens to be related to me now, are on a par. I mean, if you're scared of the gorilla, you better be twice as scared of Tizo Novotny and stay away from him, at least when you visit your friend Prince Albert. I mean, you don't get shot at.
I wasn't planning to visit Tizo anymore. I do like him, but I don't think it's safe either.
You got the elevators here, and you got this corridor going down this way. Down here at the end is the old man. Now, after about 9 o'clock or so, there's nobody in the hall. One nurse at this station, and Tizo's nurse with him. Then the big problem is a cop right here all the time.
The nurse is no problem. We can get rid of her whenever we want. The cop's the big headache. But we'll figure it.
So I'm standing here thinking, sure, Dee, sure. And then it hits me, she's telling me the truth. I mean, there is this gorilla. Bob told me about him, and she's on speaking terms with him, apparently, and now she's got him so angry he can hardly see straight.
Well, I know the feeling. I remember
Excuse me,
well.
I got a customer.
Oh, hi,
Well,
sweetheart.
take note. You kept me waiting for a change.
I was here earlier.
Oh,
Come
sorry.
on, before I have a tantrum right on the spot.
What?
I just had the worst discussion with Seneca. About the divorce. I asked him again for the divorce.
I gather he said no.
He said nothing. He categorically refused to discuss it with me. He practically threw me out of the apartment.
Well, and it's pretty clear he hasn't changed his mind.
Nothing is clear. Oh, I don't know. Raj came here earlier. He said that he thought Seneca might be involved with somebody. Maybe it was a good time to hit him for a divorce.
What did you say? Did you put that to him?
No, of course not. I just went there. I suppose I should have called him first, but I was kind and gentle and direct. I said we were together. A lot of time had passed. Maybe he'd want his freedom by now, too.
And he said?
He as much as said, take 2 aspirin and call him in the morning.
He wouldn't talk about it at all?
He was tired. He needed time to think about it. Yeah, he said to come to his office tomorrow so he could laugh in my face again. The worst part of it is I lost my temper.
You yelled.
Well, I wasn't polite.
What did he do?
Frank, he wanted me out of there.
You know, I wonder about that.
What? What?
Well, you didn't happen to look in his bedroom, did you?
Oh, what a dope. Of course.
Yeah.
That's it. She must have been listening.
That's my bet, yeah.
No, you're right. I know you're right because he never said no. He said not now. Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, wait a minute. I got to think about what I said. Something helpful. Something to pin him down.
Well, if he's telling her that his wife won't give him up, he's sunk, right?
No, he wouldn't do that. I mean, he's obnoxious, but he's decent.
But not apparently above reproach.
Which he would have to be to keep us legally married.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, I can sue him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it.
No, well, maybe a threat will be enough.
To threaten him, I need proof.
Then we'll get it.
How? I don't like the idea of sneaking around, spying.
Well, why don't you think of it as for his own good anyway? You don't have to sneak around and spy. We can hire somebody to do that.
A detective?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't like those kind of games.
Well, neither do I, but ask yourself. If Seneca wanted to get married as badly as we do, and if the situation were reversed,
Would he play that kind of game?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know the name of the best detective around. I think I'll give him a call in the morning.
A new original reality series on SoapNet. Mom and Dad are moving in for a financial intervention. It's a matter of life or debt. Bank of Mom and Dad. All new tonight at 10, only on SoapNet.